Watch how we turn this regular M4 into a horsepower animal. This is the before, the moment of pure, naive optimism. This is a S55 powered BMW M4, and while it's an amazing car, we wanted to unlock its final form. The plan? Ditch the factory twin turbos and swap in this absolute unit, a full bottom mount single turbo kit from Ford and Motorsports. Just look at this thing. The whole kit is built around a legendary Borg-Warner turbo, famous for its insane responsiveness. And the manifold? It's a tubular, twin scroll, equal length work of art. In simple terms, it's designed to get exhaust gases to the turbo as efficiently as possible, which means less lag and just a tidal wave of power. The goal was simple: turn the M4 into a monster with violent power delivery and a sound that would make other cars weep. Boxes on boxes on boxes. These are some maintenance items that we are going to change as well. Also some upgrades, but that's later in the video. This bad boy right here is no joke. The first step in any single turbo conversion is getting the stock turbos out. And this is where our delusion met a brutal reality. The S55 engine bay is packed tighter than a carry-on for a 2-week trip. BMW engineers somehow crammed 2 turbos, a cooler, and a universe of plumbing into a space barely big enough for a house cat. So here's how it went. You're going to need this E12 socket to remove this brace for the engine bay. Also, you're going to need another socket as well, but I'll show you later in the video. For this next bolt, you're going to need an E16. Now, removing all these plastics, these braces, these bolts, it's not fun, but I tell you one thing, it is part of the job. So just enjoy it while you can. Also, if you watched my last video that I uploaded, I definitely did go get some ice cream. I didn't put sprinkles on it though. Make sure you have this 16mm socket for the 2 bolts in the middle of that silver brace. Now I think it's time to remove both the charge pipes from the charge cooler and the turbos. The stock bolt clamp size is 6mm, but these can vary if you have upgraded charge pipes. There are different sizes like 8mm. These intakes are actually in the way of removing those charge pipes, so let's get these intakes out first and then I'll show you how to take the charge pipes out. Also, yes guys, I am wearing slippers in the summer. I like to be at my shop and I try to be comfortable, man. Can't blame me. The clamps I am removing from the intake, they are 8mm, they're aftermarket. There is a 10mm right here to take off this intake pipe. Okay, now for the charge pipes, there's 2 bolts. There's one right here, and then there's one right there. We're gonna take both of those out so we can get the charge pipes out. All right, my phone died because I got a temperature warning. It is hot in Connecticut, but here are the turbos. Turbo 1 in the back, turbo 2 here. unplug all the sensors. I already unplugged the O2 sensors here. And then work our way to the bottom of the chassis to take out the turbos. All right, let's speed this up. All right, now let's go underneath. All right, so you know how I work. Anything with the turbo side or the turbos, I take off the passenger wheel. And don't mind my mess, I'm not perfect like your hairline. Bro, it is so hot. I've been chucking these Gatorades. I feel like I'm about to turn into the Kool-Aid Man. Shit crazy. Okay, now here's where we need to disconnect the downpipes. This means getting under the car and battling rusty heat-cycled bolts. Reaching them requires us to be in a position that would make a yoga instructor proud, wedging our arms into gaps that were never meant to see the light of day. I'm not gonna bore you guys, so you already know. Every quarter turn of the ratchet felt like a monumental victory. All right, guys, now it's time to take out this post mount with the motor mount. Put a jack on the oil pan right here. I usually use a wood block so it doesn't interfere with anything. Yo, this light sucks. Okay, to remove these bolts right here, you need a E. Bro.
Stop it! Get out of my room! Get out!
Okay, to remove those bolts, you need a E14. An E14, and then there's 3 bolts on the motor mount that are E12 or E10. I think the E12. So removing those parts are necessary to get the turbos out. It is really tight on that side, so you want all the space you can get. Yeah, got a better light. Forgot I had this one. Yes, sir. All right, so now that we have a better view of the turbos, it's time to pull them out. Let me give you guys a... For the S55 guys that don't look at their turbos or maybe one day wanna pull their turbos out, this is what you gotta do. Okay, now we are here, unbolting the turbos themselves. Finally, we could reach the bolts holding the turbos to the manifold. This was the final battle. It's a physical challenge of scraped knuckles and blind faith. Feeling for bolts you can't see and praying you have the right socket. After what felt like an eternity, they were free. Okay guys, at this moment in the video, I was dying of exhaustion. I was drenched in sweat and I was so tired I could lay down then wake up next week. When I tell you, I feel like I fought a grizzly bear and lost. This is a journey that is definitely not finished yet. All right guys, stay tuned because this is not done yet. I only pulled out one turbo today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna pull out the other turbo and then we're gonna install these parts. If you guys are enjoying the content and you like the videos, make sure to check out these other videos I have here.